In May 2024, I had a tummy tuck with muscle repair, and I am going to tell you some of the things that happened in weeks 3 and 4 of my recovery. Now, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I did share my week 1 and week 2 recovery period in a different video. So I would say week 3, I definitely became more mobile, and that was kind of by force. My husband went on a work trip and he was gone for a week, and so that definitely required me to get up and do more things for myself. He was working at home before this work trip, and so he would make sure that I had snacks and he would bring me dinner. He would do the laundry. So with him going on this work trip, it just simply meant that I had to do those things for myself now. So I was definitely up, walking around more. I was going up and down the stairs. I would start small loads of laundry, and I would use a grabber. We had like a little mechanical grabber that I would use to do laundry. Now I wouldn't do like loads and loads of laundry, but I only had one faja, and it was the one that I came home in. And so I was in it 24/7, but I was washing it every day. And so I wouldn't do huge loads of laundry, but I would do, few items here and there, and I would use that grabber to put the clothes in the wash machine, take them out. I was also putting factor meals into the oven. I mentioned that we invested in factor meal delivery service during my period of recovery so that nobody really had to cook a whole lot. And so with my husband gone, I had to put them in the oven for myself and my son. I wasn't doing any cooking, but I was placing those factor meals in the oven for us to eat. Now week 3, because my husband was away, I had the bed to myself, and I decided to move my Wedge pillow set from the sectional to the bed. I figured, I could go to bed, be a little bit more spread out. The sectional was great. It just wasn't comfortable. Well, nothing really was comfortable, right? Because I was sleeping sitting up. But I figured that I'd be a little bit more comfortable in my bed. Now, I couldn't get up into the bed the first few days without a step ladder. So I had a step ladder handy, and that is what I would use to get up and down off the bed the first few days. And then after that, I was able to kind of maneuver myself and kind of roll myself off of the edge of the bed, where I was confident that I wasn't pulling at my incision. So now I'll tell you that the bed obviously was more comfortable than the sectional. I'm still in the beach chair position like this, sitting up, which was uncomfortable, but the mattress made it just so much more comfortable to sleep than I was experiencing on the sectional. Now, after probably about half the week, just even being on the mattress was still quite uncomfortable. So I decided to try something. I would move the wedge that was under my knees, that was keeping my legs in the beach chair position. I would move it so that only one leg was bent at a time, and I would flatten out the other leg. And then, like, if I woke up in the middle of the night, I would move the wedge to the other side, and I would flatten out the other leg, and I would keep the one leg in the beach chair position. That actually helped so much, and it was a great reliever on my knees. My knees, sometimes I would wake up and my knees would be aching. It was just really a great relief to my knees. And I continued to do that every night. I would just simply keep moving that wedge back and forth from the left to the right. It was a relief on my back. It was a relief on my knee. That leg got a little relief because I was stretching it out. It was just great. So prior to week 3, when I was sleeping on the sectional still, I woke up with like a little tingle in my throat, and I realized that a cough was coming on. And if you've done any research about tummy tucks, you know that people say that coughing and sneezing and laughing are the 3 worst things when you have tummy tuck with muscle repair, because you engage your core for all of those activities. And so I felt this little tingle coming on, and I had a basket full of all of my necessities like right beside me. So I popped in a cough drop, and it suppressed the cough. So I did not cough that night. And cough drops have saved my life a couple of times post tummy tuck. But in week 3, I sneezed, and there was no warning. There was no time to try to suppress it. I sneezed. And I will tell you that the pain is as bad as everyone says that it is. I promise you I saw the pearly gates and I was screaming and begging to be let in. Now it is an acute pain, right? Like it doesn't last very long, but in those 5 seconds, I was like, oh my gosh, like somebody shoot me now. Like it is as bad as people say it is. So in week 3, I'm still also trying to manage some swelling. Again, my thighs are huge. I'm swelling in my thighs. I knew that my abdomen would swell. This other swelling has really caught me by surprise. I had talked about wearing jeans to a band concert the week before. I really just wanted to be out of the sweats. I was wearing sweats and pajamas like pretty much all day long because I was in the house. And so I really just wanted to like wear something else. So I decided to go to my favorite store, Old Navy. They get all my money. I decided to go to my favorite store and just kind of see if they had other type pants that would be comfortable. And so I found a pair of cargo pants. They're called Pulla, and they were so comfortable. They were called high-waisted. I didn't wear them very high-waisted, but they're called high-waisted. They have the stretch waistband, and you just kind of pull them on, and they were just really comfortable. They weren't jean type material. They were true traditional cargo pants, and so I ended up buying a pair in 3 different colors. And so my big highlights for week 3 were really about transitioning off the sofa and dealing with the swelling. So week 4, I went back to work, and I had asked my plastic surgeon to include in his note that after my recovery period that I also needed an additional 6 weeks at home. I do commute to the office 2 to 3 days per week, but I was still under some serious restrictions in terms of things that I could lift. And I also wanted to limit my movement. And so I was working from home for an additional 6 weeks. The day before I started work, and I started work on a Monday, the day before I started work, I was, working on my YouTube channel. So I was sitting at my desk, and I was sitting at my desk for a couple of hours, and I noticed that the swelling, the longer I sat upright at my desk, the worse the swelling got. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to sit at this desk tomorrow for 8 straight hours. Like I am going to be as swollen as a tick if I do that. And so I decided that I needed to work from the couch with my Wedge pillow set, with my legs in the beach chair position. And so that's exactly what I did. Now it was a little inconvenient because at my desk I have 2 monitors, and I use my laptop monitor as well. So I'm used to having 3 screens. And of course I'm sitting on my couch and I only have the one small laptop screen. And so it was a little inconvenient, but I just knew that I could not sit at my desk for 8 hours. There was just no way with the amount of swelling that I was experiencing when I was sitting upright. I did also get to see a little of my belly button in week 4. Now, because of all of the swelling, my belly button really looked like a little slit. And my plastic surgeon assured me that as the swelling went down, my abdomen would flatten out and that little slit would flatten out. And sure enough, it started to do just that in week 4. So I capped week 4 with my 4-week post-op appointment with my plastic surgeon. This was my 3rd post-op visit. I did not have a post-op visit for week 3. And so this was my 3rd post-op visit, my 3rd visit to the office since my surgery. I'm heading into my 4-week post-op appointment with my plastic surgeon. I don't even really have any questions for him, to be quite honest. Everything is kind of going well. I do have one spot where I feel like I pulled a muscle. It just feels really sore in that one spot. The pain has been, it's not really painful unless I like move a certain way, but even that has been subsiding a little bit the past couple of days. So I'm not really sure if it's even worth mentioning to him. I guess I still will though. But everything's going well so far, so I guess I will wait to see what he says. I don't even know if he's going to pull the tape off. He didn't pull the tape off last time. He seems to want to let it fall off on his own. So I haven't even seen my incision since 1 week post-op when they changed the tape. So I don't know what he's planning today, but we'll see. So that went well. He actually took the tape off of my incision, so I can see my incision now.
which makes me a little nervous because, you know, before I didn't have to worry about any like fabric or anything rubbing up against it and disrupting the sutures, and now it's kind of exposed. I got some scar cream that I have to use on my scar twice a day, so I'll start doing that. He did say that I could start running in 2 weeks. I didn't need to come back. He said 2 weeks you can start running. So he's gonna make me hold tight to this 6 weeks of his. So I can't wait, but I guess I'll have to. But then my follow-up appointment is in a month. So went well. I'm happy.
Now, if you remember, I thought that I had strained a muscle trying to disengage the parking lever in the car that was parked in the driveway the week prior. And so I expressed this concern to my plastic surgeon because I was having pain in that one spot, depending on like kind of when I moved, as I moved around. And it was really like getting in and out of the car, like that twisting motion, getting in and out of bed. I was having this pain in that one spot. And so he assured me that I was probably just sutured down right there and that the pain would eventually go away. So here's some before and afters to kind of show you my progress from beginning till week 4.
So that's how low my scar is. That's the tape. So it goes, then goes back up around my leg. I did not have lipo. So you can see right here, got some work to do when I get back in the gym. Apparently lipo is the worst of the pain. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't have lipo because I had no pain. I have lost my butt. Apparently that's a thing in having a tummy tuck. Again, I didn't have lipo, so I'll keep working on my back. I just didn't want all that. I don't know. I just didn't want all that. And I'm glad. I'm very happy with what I decided to do. And the results this far. All right, so real quick. I'll be 4 weeks post-op on Tuesday. I can tell that the swelling is going down because my belly button is starting to peek out. So I was looking in the mirror a couple of mornings ago and I was like, oh, there's my belly button. You can see it now. You can't see it here, but I can see it like if I'm standing in the mirror, it's in there. And so I couldn't see it at first because the crease was so tight. But, you know, if these were my final results, I'd be so happy. But knowing that I still have 11 months to go before things actually finally settle down, it's quite interesting. But yeah, so if these were my final results, I'd be perfectly happy. But, you know, the swelling will continue to go down. The crease will continue to flatten out a little. I'm just ready to get back to running. I'm ready to get back to running. I'm ready to get back to strength training because I miss it. So.
Find this information helpful, please take a moment and like the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can join our community so you won't miss any of my updates regarding my recovery. Also, if you have any questions about my tummy tuck journey or you want to see something specific in a video, leave it in the comments below. I am always in the comments answering questions, and if you tell me what it is that you like to see, I am more than happy to do a video on it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.